redefine what black masculinity is, what it looks like, what it sounds like, and how it moves in this world. Because I'm telling you right now, that is out the door. It needs to be gone, and today. Hey guys, we are back with another video. Another set with Meet the Simmons. Today we got a video for you. It's a little bit out of normal what we do, but I think it's something we definitely needed to address. You ready to go?
Yippers.
Here we go.
Anything about Ross and his career that you have any respect for?
Oh no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him. You know, look, I understand from a perspective of someone just listening to what it sounds like.
And he's a great rapper.
But does it matter that he's a great rapper? Does it matter? Even the irony of the artists become under.
So Meek,
like
Wale,
prison reform, and all of the wrongfully convicted and wrongfully treated people in the prison system.
I see where you're going.
While he's on the whole other side of it.
I see where you're going.
So look, just look at it. And I mean, I'm sure you're gonna buy the new Spice 69 song.
I think it's time for us to have a real serious conversation as a community. Black men, black women, y'all listen up. Anybody that's non-black or none or otherwise, y'all allowed to stay listen as long as you want. But this is between black men and black women. 50 Cent, if you're not getting what he's saying here, he's saying that basically he has no respect for rapper Rick Ross because Rick Ross was a corrections officer prior to him making it on the rap scene. 50 Cent was a legitimate street guy. Arrested, shot 9 times reportedly, really was living a life. But both of them are entertainers now. Both of them are entertainers. At the recording of this video, 50 Cent is 47 years old, Rick Ross is 46. We're all in the same age group. And it's shameful that a man almost 50 years old will get on the platform and say he don't respect another black man because he didn't live the life. What life? What life? This isn't an indictment on 50 Cent. I listen to both. I've listened and still enjoy both of their musical stylings. I do, always have. Nothing. This is about a mentality. So I don't want no Rick Ross fans or 50 Cent fans go over there. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the mentality of people in our community. And this is going to be a hard talk. And y'all not going to like it. 50 Cent sold poison to his own people. Brought violence and destruction into his own neighborhood by his own volition. He says it in his music. He says it in his story. Go back and read it. Brought violence and destruction into his own community and sold poison to his own people. But he gets more respect than Rick Ross because Rick Ross had a legitimate job. Okay, we hear the stories about corrections officers and the dirty things that they do and all those things. I get it. But it's the same mentality that we have in our communities when a young black man or young black woman gets his or her college degree. Yay! Somebody come from jail. Woo! Throw a party. We got to get ourselves together. And people get on this platform and they talk about the dynamic between black men and black women and what we need to do. We need to get our mentality together before we do anything. The home needs to be gotten together before we do anything. So Rick Ross was a corrections officer and he wrote music based off of the things that he heard from other men that he was in jail or he was over as a corrections officer. He had a legitimate job, legitimate work, and somehow he is considered less than in the rap game by 50 Cent because he didn't live the life. And people will sit here and sign off on this stuff. I went down in the comments just to see, and it was just like I thought. A bunch of ignorant people talking about, yeah, 50 right, you know what I'm saying? He right because he lived a life. He did this. What do you think about this? As a black woman, what do you think?
I am speechless. It hurts. It hurts because I think about my children. I think about our future grandchildren. I think about the generations after that, and I don't know what will become of the black community in the next 10, 15, 20, 100 years if we're all blessed to see it. I just don't know. I think about the musicians and the artists of back in the day. I think about the activists that were before our time and even when we were little. I think about just all the great men and women that paved the way for us to have things that we have nowadays, and we're squandering it. We're throwing it away. We're twerking to it. We're playing these stupid games. 50 ought to be focused on pouring into as many young black men as he possibly can, opening up centers, and I don't know what he does. I don't know if he does any type of philanthropy. I don't really know about that, but that is where his energy needs to be, versus sitting up talking with your old, almost 5 decades on this planet, talking about some street cred. That is stupid and immature, and you too old for that. Yep. Curtis, like, you're too old for that.
Yes.
So I'm livid because what are we leaving our children's what are we leaving our children that are on the planet right now? What are we leaving them? Our community is garbage. It is. We are in the tank. We are in the toilet. We're not philosophers. We're not artists inventing things. We are entertainers right now. And we get mad when we think about the back in the day when they used to, use black people as just soul entertainment, and they would put blackface on and mimic us. But we're a bunch of clowns, collectively. Now, I'm not saying that there are not black people doing some great things right now. Of course there are in pockets.
But our culture,
collectively,
our culture is, we don't have one.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. And I think that we on this channel we talk about marriage and relationships. It folds into that because we're so deeply entrenched into the entertainment business and culture that anything that they do, we glorify. That's why young ladies don't want to marry the guy who works a 9-to-5 job. She wants a drug dealer or a scammer because of this stuff that they put out, and they hold it so close to that they think it's true. They don't realize that 50 Cent and Rick Ross are just playing a role. They're not even. They're just talking. 50 Cent talk about what he used to do. Rick Ross talking about stuff he never did. They just making money off of you, but our women and our young men, so now the young man that looks like a gangster, looks like he's a drug dealer, he's attractive to the woman because that's what she's been hearing. That's what she's been, that this is what real black masculinity looks like, is this guy. And the guy that goes to work every day and works hard and wears a 2-piece suit or he wears a hard hat, then that's not real black masculinity.
Or he's articulate.
Or he's educated. Yeah, that's kind of lame. But I want this guy. I want the drug dealer. I want the athlete with the tattoos. That is where it comes from. And we gotta own that. We gotta own that. See, I'm old enough to remember when gangster rap came on the scene. I'm old enough to remember that.
East Coast, West Coast beef and all that.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff. I remember watching our culture slowly shift. If you go back and look at, think about the Temptations movie. We were just talking about that, my boys, talking about the Temptation movie. Back then, those are the guys that women wanted. They wanted the guy in the suit with the slick back hair that could sing, and it didn't matter if he wasn't gangster enough. No, he had to be. He was singing about love and singing about the girls and how much he loved them. He was suave and debonair. That ain't the guy the girls want anymore because of gangster rap. We gotta own that. And it's done irrevocable damage. Just like 50 Cent selling drugs in his neighborhood did irrevocable damage. Us buying into this culture has done irrevocable damage to our community, and we gotta own that.
And we're still paying for it.
Yes. And it's only getting worse. Because the rap back when I was a kid compared to the rap now, the rap back in the day, they were talking about, KRS-One, Rakim, A.B. Rocky, they were talking about socio-political issues. Now it's just a hook and a beat.
That's it.
How many women can I sleep with? How much sex can I have? How much money I got? And how many cars I got? That's it.
And it's so intrusive, not just in the black community. It's crossed other boundaries. You've got little white boys
in the
suburbs, B-Rad, bumping the music. Like, you see it all the time. Like, dang, okay, we all hear your music. That's great.
But that shows how powerful we are as a people, that we can transcend other cultures and even infiltrate them. But we're using our gifts in the wrong way. We are a talented people, but look at what we're producing. It's a shame. It's a shame, and it has went up the tree to our homes and neighborhoods are in shambles because of this mentality. And for a 47-year-old man to still have that same mentality, to me is mind blowing.
And that's the shift that we're talking about. Yeah, we get it. Music is great. Hip hop is great. All of that, we get it. Hey, we grew up in the hip hop era, so we get it. We still listen to
Biggie is still my guy. Still, yeah.
Like, so I get it, Eric B and Rakim. That's my group right there. So I get it. But what I'm saying is, and what we're both talking about, is the mentality. That is not okay and is not acceptable. And we have to do a major paradigm shift in how we look and think about ourselves and what we're actually teaching the generation coming after us. And we've got a lot of work to do. And continuing along this path is not working. We are going to see the extinction of the Black community if we don't get it together, and now.
Yes.
So we all need to pull together, own our stuff, do some healing, and really work towards changing it. And it's going to be slow, incremental changes before we see significant results. But it starts with us now, today, in our homes. And one of the biggest things is bringing back the Black man.
Yes.
One of the biggest things is uniting the man and the woman together again. One of the biggest things, so there's so many layers to this thing.
Yes.
It's not just one thing, but we have to start taking a look at ourselves in the mirror and getting it together. We really have to start in ASAP.
Yep. And last thing, and we're gonna let you guys loose, is we gotta redefine what Black masculinity is, what it looks like, what it sounds like, and how it moves in this world. Because I'm telling you right now, that is out the door. It needs to be gone, and today. More videos to come on this, but for now, that's enough said.